Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new series called How to Beat. Today I'll be covering the first level in Dark Souls 3 called High Wall of Lothric. This guide is not a complete guide, it is simply the main things you need to know to complete the game. In today's video I'll be covering important item locations, difficult enemies including bosses, as well as difficult areas of the game. Or if you prefer, I have provided a quick run through at the end of the video. Before we get started, we must first get through the Cemetery of Ashes, which leads to the first boss, Gundyr. At the start of the fight, you can get a couple of free hits while he's preparing to attack. He has a small list of attacks which do hit hard but are quite slow. Due to a low amount of stamina, it is best to avoid his attack by simply rolling. During the fight, he can also gain a couple hits when he is staggered, and at about 50% health, he enters his second stage. In this stage, try to stay behind him and watch out for his jump attacks. After a couple more hits you would have defeated the boss. Once you have reached the fire shrine, invest into a short sword and some armour. For levelling, I recommend doing a 2-1-2 build, where you place 2 points into vigour, 1 point into stamina and another 2 points into your main stat, whether that be strength or dexterity. In the fire shrine area, you will find a white tree next to the roof. By jumping off the tree you can gain access to the rafters where you can find an Estus shard as well as the Silver Serpent ring. By heading back to the Cemetery of Ashes you can find the Ravenous Crystal Lizard. For the duration of this fight I recommend avoiding his attacks because most of them are AoE and cannot be blocked with the shield. After enough hits the lizard becomes staggered. By standing in front of the lizard, you can do an execution move which deals tons of damage. Next item to obtain will be the Deep Axe. To do so, simply run past the dragon and enter the tower through the iron gate. In this room you will find a chest, however don't be fooled, for this is a mimic. You can identify a mimic by its straight chain or the subtle breathing. When fighting a mimic, it is best to try and stay behind it and avoid when it attempts to eat you. Once defeated, you will attain the Deep Axe. Now we have the Lothric Knight. In the footage I show you how to deal with the Knight by using a Deep Axe as well as a short sword. There are multiple different Lothric Knights, but they can all be dealt with the same way. Next we have the Passive Man. I personally avoid fighting this type of enemy and instead prevent them from turning by killing them immediately. Another key item is the Eagle Shield. The Eagle Shield has 100% physical block and is very lightweight and so fits into many builds. It is located in a chest on the second level in the room where you find the second Estus shard. But don't worry, this one isn't a mimic. The Winged Knight is a nasty enemy that if not dealt with correctly can cause you a lot of pain. He has oddly timed attacks which can take you off guard. The best way to deal with the Winged Knight is to repeatedly backstab him. If you've been following a similar build to me, you should have enough stamina to block most of his attacks. Last but not least, we have the end boss to this area, Vort. Vort is a heavy hitting boss with a heavy mace imbued with frostbite and is very important to avoid. Due to the size of the boss, you can very easily hide underneath him and continuously hit him. At around 60%, phase 2 starts. He will begin by charging at you 3 times. It is very important not to block these attacks because you will not have enough stamina to survive. After the 3 charges, he will start up a frost breath attack. To avoid this, run behind him and you can get some free hits. The rest of the phase is very similar to the first phase, however, it is best to roll after each of his attacks rather than using your shield, because his moveset has changed slightly, which allows him to hit you even if you're underneath him. Thank you for reaching the end of the video. I do hope I covered everything you needed to know. Feel free to leave a comment on how I could improve my video, and I hope to see you all next time.